Thank you. So it's generally acknowledged that if you look at the transportation industry, we've gone from a Model T to a Tesla. And if you look at communications, we've gone from a switchboard to an iPhone. But if you look at education, we appear to have been frozen in time. So up comes the challenge, the XQ grant, which many of you have heard of. Why did they pick XQ? They said, well, we've typically thought of schools as using IQ, but we've learned that it's more flexible than we thought. And then we talked about EQ, that emotional component that's really important, but neither of those two is enough for success in school. So they said XQ is that certain something that's essential for students to have for success in the future. And that includes all the things like being lifelong learners and collaborators, etc. So it was a $10 million competition, high schools all over the country, and only 5 would ultimately be winners of the $10 million. Let me tell you right now, we found out this morning we were a semifinalist, we are not a finalist, and it doesn't matter, because the thing that our teachers tweeted out was, we are not daunted, we will make this happen anyway. So we're a court and community school because we're a county office. We have about 150 kids, middle school and high school. They are all either on probation, they've been expelled, or they're truant. We get about $2 million plus in funding for those 150 kids, C-level funding plus supplemental plus concentration grant. But our kids are typically, they have mental health issues, almost all of them. They are high poverty kids. They have suffered from abuse and neglect. They have substance abuse and addiction issues. 85% are free and reduced lunch. They are students with the highest needs of any population that you are going to see. So our teachers decided that they needed to do something entirely different. What we've done is we keep them in small classes with a teacher and an aide, and they've been earning credits by opening their textbook and answering questions and doing all the things that they hated before, which is how they ended up with us. So number 1, you have to introduce things that are meaningful to kids, which is not a textbook. Number 2, you have to use technology that will engage and excite them. So we want to do things like Nearpod and virtual reality and augmented reality, because many of our kids never left the borders of Napa County. So virtual reality is a great way of getting them the opportunity to see the world. It's got to be themed and cross-curricular. And we're using lots of social and emotional learning because they have so many problems. They want to learn skills that'll get them jobs, so a lot of career and college prep, getting them out in the community. So not only are they going to do 1 day a week internships in businesses, they do service. Our kids go to the senior center and they teach seniors how to use their technology. For our kids, to have a person tell them, oh my God, you're so smart because you taught me how to use my iPhone, is beyond imagination. We've given them clothing. Our kids typically present themselves as hoodlums in black hoodies and hunched over. So we take them to J. Crew. They pick out shirts with collars and pants with belts, and we thought they would laugh at us. They came in, they were so proud. They don't want to eat wearing their clothes because they might spill something, and they wanted us to take pictures of them in their new clothing because they never had anything so nice. They never had opportunities to do sports or soccer. They didn't get grades good enough to be on teams, so we're going to have all of the physical activities that they want. They will have choice in selecting the courses that they're doing. We have volunteers teaching them filmmaking, digital photography, junior achievement economics, poetry, arts. They are learning welding and having choice. Do they want to paint or weld or sculpt or draw or do any of the things that they haven't had exposure to? And we meet with them to set their academic goals. The teachers review their prior year performance. The students set goals on what they want to achieve, and their work is showcased. We're going to have ongoing featuring of what they do. They're doing presentations to teachers, to community members. Volunteers from all over are helping them. They are out there seeing the world, and now they think, as one kid said, I never thought I would even consider going to college, but I tried welding this year, and it is so cool. That's the job I want, so I'm going to Napa Valley College, and I'm going to study welding. And that's it.